Welcome to Drivetrain. My name is Derek and today we're going to be reviewing the Mercedes E300e Plugin Hybrid. With this being a hybrid, let's talk about the electrified part of the car first. That is, of course, the engine. We have an internal combustion engine mixed with an electric motor. Combined system output is 320 PS and 700 Newton meters. Mercedes claims a top speed of 250 kilometers an hour in a 0 to 100 time of 5.8 seconds. But is it really that fast? Let's find out. So as we can see, it took the Mercedes about 5.83 seconds to reach a little bit over 100 kilometers an hour. Let's talk about looks for a minute. I personally think this is a very good looking car, especially with this being the AMG line. In the front, we have huge air intakes. The ones on the left and on the right side serve a purpose. They have small cutouts that let the air flow over the wheel arches, of course, to cool the brakes and for aerodynamic purposes. Moving up, we have this nice good looking grille with black surroundings, with that being part of the night package. In the middle, we have our Mercedes badge, and underneath of it is a radar sensor for the Drivetrain Plus system. Again, moving up, we have another Mercedes badge and, of course, the hood. I personally think the hood is looking very good because it has this sharp lines that flow towards the center like an arrow, making it look sharp and very aggressive. To me, the side of the car looks just as great as the rest of the car. We have another beautiful line that flows all the way from the back over the doors to the front, and it's another convergent line that adds to the narrow and sporty looking look. Ah yes, the sporty looking look. I really am a man of words. Just like Mercedes is a company of rims, because just look at these nice looking 19-inch AMG rims. They fit to the sporty but elegant look of the car so well, and I'm a big fan of the 5-spoke design. Okay, let's finish off the looks of the car in the back. On top of the boot we have this beautiful spoiler lip, which again makes the car look very good and very sporty. Underneath of that is a Mercedes badge, and underneath of the Mercedes badge is a nice chrome strip, which I think makes the car look very elegant. Taillights, they start inside and stretch all the way to the out, making the rear of the car look very masculine and very stretched out. Another touch which I think makes the car look very good. Moving downwards, we have fake exhausts, but I do think they look good on this car. And underneath of that is a diffuser, but I'm not sure if it's really diffusing anything. And in the back, of course, we have our charging cab. While we're in the back, let's talk about some things I don't like about the Mercedes, starting off with the trunk. While the non-plug-in hybrid versions of the Mercedes E-Class limousine have a boot capacity of 540 liters, the plug-in hybrid version only has 370 liters. In my opinion, that's not enough. And to top it all off, the trunk has this big hump that makes the boot even worse. Next thing I don't like is the seat adjustment. As standard, the seat can adjust the height and the seating angle electronically. But if you want to move the seat back and forth, you have to do it by hand, except you pay for the option. I mean, come on Mercedes, this ain't an A-Class, this is an E-Class. For a car this expensive, this feature should be standard. But now let's talk about some things I like, starting off with the app. With the app you can check things like your charging status, whether or not all doors and windows are closed, and start or stop preheating. And of course there are plenty other things you can do that can come in handy. Something else I very like, or should I say love, is the interior of the Mercedes. It is full of technology and displays, so it's extra appealing to a tech geek like me. Especially at night, the interior really shines with the ambient lighting and the variety of things that you can display on the two displays. What I also really like about the interior is the overall feel that you get when you're sitting inside of it. Materials like leather and wood really make the interior feel luxurious and are a joy to look at. To me, the interior is a perfect blend between technology and elegance. Seating position in the front is good. With the seat set to my position, I have enough headspace and the seats hug me really well, so I give it a thumbs up. Space in the back is bad though, at least for someone of my size. My knees are hitting the front seat and my head is hitting the roof, so I give it a thumbs down. Okay, so we talked about looks, and right now we're on the road. We're on a so-called federal highway, in German Bundesstraße, and we are going at 80 kilometers an hour. And right off the bat, this is a very comfortable car to be in. I mean, you feel so isolated because there's not much noise you can hear from the outside world. We have of course a little bit of tire noise, a little bit of engine noise, because right now I'm in battery level mode, not in full electric. But other than that, there's not really anything you can hear from the outside. You barely hear any car passing by, you mostly just see them passing by. Really great. I really love this about this car. What else can I say? Of course, I got lane keep assist on, and I really do have to say this is the best lane keep assist I've ever experienced. I've not been in that many cars with lane assist, but in this specific car, I'm not missing out on anything. You can activate the lane keep assist with pressing the resume button on the steering wheel. The lane keep icon will then turn from gray to green to confirm that lane keep assist is activated. I mean, I set the speed to 80 kilometers an hour, which is the speed limit over here on the Bundesstraße. And at any time I could just let my hands go and let the car do its thing. I mean, of course you shouldn't do it, but in this car you could. And that just adds to the sense of relaxation you get when you're inside of this car and when you're driving it. It's really effortless driving this car. And that's what I love so much about this car. So as I talked about it earlier, we have a hybrid drivetrain. That means we have two motors working together. We have, of course, for once, the internal combustion engine and the electric motor. The internal combustion engine produces in itself around 200 PS and around 450 Newton meters. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and it consumes petrol in this specific case. The electric motor produces around 110 PS and around 400 Newton meters as well. So as I said, combined system output is 320 PS and 700 Newton meters. The capacity of the battery of the car is around 13.7 kilowatt hours. So that should give you a range of around, it depends, it really depends. When it's winter and you're really driving fast, you get around 25 to 30 kilometers of range. But if it's summer or if it's hot outside and you are not flooring the pedal all the time, then you could get around 45 to 50 kilometers. So it really depends on the outside conditions and whether you're a lunatic while driving or not. So, is this car fast? I wouldn't say it's the fastest, but it's definitely fast enough, especially when you're only driving it on the public road. Speed limits, you can easily overpass them, so you definitely need to keep an eye on the speedometer. But as I say, it's not the fastest. What else can I say about the drivetrain? It definitely has a little bit of a delay to it, because every time you floor the accelerator, you can feel the car having to think about what gear it should be in, and you always feel some kind of delay. Even if you're in electric mode, where you would think the response is immediate, it really isn't. Why are you asking? Because the electric motor is inside the transmission. So when the transmission decouples because you're coasting and then you floor the accelerator, you can definitely feel the car kicking first into gear and then delivering the power. Of course, this gets better when you're in sport mode, but even in sport mode, there's sometimes a little bit of delay. But if you're in sport mode and the car is not delaying, then you really get a quick burst of acceleration. Driving around town is really a breeze. It's really easy with this car. We're in electric mode and we're in eco mode, but the car is running on electric power. And as I pointed out earlier, it's such a nice car, such a lovely car, and visibility overall is great. The turning circle is also great. Oh, okay, it's not great, but for a car of this size, I don't think it's really bad. It really isn't. So right now we're picking up a friend of mine. His name is Lauren. And again, maneuvering, it's so easy in this car. That was it for today. Let me know if you like this plugin hybrid or not. And let me know if you liked the video or not. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. My name is Derek. See you next time.